Hi everyone, I'm Jamie from the Cult of Cantona. How you all doing today? This is a review for the match against FCSB away in Romania, where United went on to win 2-0. Unbeaten in Europe. That's all I have to say about that one, really. Lackluster first half. There was an opportunity for them at 10 minutes in, great ball into the box, and they just couldn't finish. Badior was covering his near post, and the striker tried to get the ball across the goal into it, but just a bad finishing, really. And yeah, missed. So it was lackluster in the way Man United trying to break down a deep block for most of the first half unsuccessfully. A few spurts of good play and so on, but it seemed as it was that we seemed like we were missing an edge. Yeah, it was definitely, there was something missing in how we were playing. And then at halftime, we made a couple of subs. We brought on Ahmed and Garner, and they changed everything going forward. So we were more attacking, and we seemed like more of an attacking threat. And then it came to be because we did score through Fernandez. No, sorry, we didn't score through Fernandez. We scored, making it 1-0 through Dallo. Fernandez took a shot from deep, and with up outside the 18-yard box, cracked the post, unlucky not to score himself. Defender gathers the ball, or goes to the defender after it hits the post, hits the crossbar, and he's pressured to put the ball out of play. Ahmed throws the ball in, and then it comes to Ericsson, who nods it on to Kobe, who crosses it, finds Diallo at the back post, and knocks it in to practically empty net for 1-0. But almost straight away after a reset, typical Manchester United, we almost conceded. They cracked the bar again themselves. They cracked the bar, underside of it bounced down and out towards one of their players, who headed it towards goal and went wide. But if the striker had scored the goal after heading it, he was offside anyway. But that strike to hit the bar was something else. Bedior was completely beaten, and could have been very, very quickly 1-0. And United pressed and pressed and pressed. Garnacho hit the bar as well, and then up step Mainu. A great little bit of play. Diallo coming forward with the ball, and he loses the ball but quickly regains it, falling to Garnacho, and then the ball comes in from the wing to Garnacho. Sorry, from Garnacho to Kobe, who slotted in for 2-0, and United were kind of cruising from there. There were a few shaky moments, but we could have scored. We could have scored again a couple of times, but like 2-0, unbeaten in Europe, 8 games in Europe, we're unbeaten. Can't say further than that. Automatic qualification now to the round of 16. There's a few teams in it, and I've forgotten to write them down. Who they're. Galatasaray are one of them, who I think we probably will get. AZ, Alkmaar, Midtjylland, and Real Sociedad. They're teams we could get in the next round. I'm not sure how they decide who we get, but look, we're through to the quarterfinals. The round of 16, and we unbeaten in Europe. Which, if you're thinking it back to even December, it was dire straits going to Liverpool game thinking we could get smashed. But we've turned it around since then, and it seems that even the last few games, if you look at them, they've been really good. They've been really good results. There's a loss in there somewhere, but it doesn't matter. If you look at the results overall, we're doing quite good under Amorim. It seems the players are getting it now. I find the first half of almost every game is finding our feet, and then he makes a few changes, a few tweaks, and then we go on and we do whatever it is we end up doing, winning or drawing. It's starting to build, and it can only be a snowball effect. If you can keep winning and drawing and not losing, it can only be a snowball effect to good things. I think when it comes to Premier League, we need to, what is it we need to do? We just need to keep pushing, be higher than, be at least higher than 10th by the end of the season. I think we're only 3 points off 10th, if I'm not mistaken. Crystal Palace on the weekend, who are probably going to want to put a few on us, and have been studying videos on teams that are sort of lower in the league than us as well, and seeing how they did it. But we've got to persevere. We've got to push on, and I think coming 8th, 7th, 8th, something like that needs to be the goal at this point, because we need to start building next season. But get into the ratings, and I'll start babbling on. Bedior, I think he's a decent goalkeeper. There's the ability for him to become a quality goalkeeper. The Turkish number 1, 7 out of 10. I think I feel safer with him on goals than I do with Onana. But what's your opinion on that? Like, do you feel that he's better than Onana, or could be better than Onana? And do you feel safer with him goals than Onana? Let us know in the comments. Martinez, 8 out of 10. Martinez, brilliant. I just think he's becoming the player we know he can be again. He's form dipped before, but now it's really coming back, and we're seeing proper Martinez, and love it. He's captain material. How he's playing, and I think in a team on the 11 who are on the pitch at any one time, there needs to be a few leaders on the pitch, not just the captain. And he's certainly a leader at the back. And De Ligt, 7. Mazraoui, I'm going to give him a 6. He was better I felt when he was playing centre back, or one of the centre backs, he was better than he has been recently on the wing. When he first started at United, he was flying it, and he was doing really well out out wide. But I think recently he's been struggling. That he wasn't putting in the performances he could do or was doing. So I enjoyed watching him last night. 7. Dallo, gonna go 7. Could have been or should have been maybe higher, but generally he did well. He was involved in both the goals. Could be an 8. We'll give him an 8. I'll change that to an 8. General play was fine, but yeah, we're gonna go with an 8 for him. Malacia, I get a 5. Taking off half time. He can tell he's rusty. You can tell he hasn't played many games this season, and you can tell he needs more time. Maybe it should have been a few more games with reserves before he came back, just to knock the rust off a bit more. But look, he surely can be a better version of that week in, week out, once he gets games under his belt, and I suppose he's in training as well a lot more. Mainu next, and what can I say about Mainu? Just absolutely brilliant. He was phenomenal. Involved in as much as he can get himself involved in last night. Got himself a goal. Got himself an assist. Just phenomenal. He was everywhere. He was entertaining to watch. Really enjoyed watching him. Collier, again, same as Marcy, went off at half time. 7 out of 10. Thought he was all right. He did well. He shows you what an academy player could be if they get their head down and do the work. As does Mainu. It's great to see academy players in the team and doing well and playing well as well, regardless of who the manager is or what the style of play is, and they're just adapting and playing well, get the head down, doing the work, and it's not all talk and big gestures. Ericsson, 7 out of 10. Liked Ericsson. Thought he played okay. He's played well. He's passing good. He was fine. I thought in the last game as well, he was quite good. He's passing. He's played between himself and Fernandez in the last game as well. Brilliant. Again, this one very good. Fernandez. Thought Fernandez was good. Like I say, cracked the post from distance, and that sequence of play led to our first goal. But I'm going to go with a 6 for Fernandez. I don't really like him playing in central midfield. I prefer him a bit more forward. But he can command from midfield, as a captain. I feel he might be a bit better. He's able to control things a bit better in person. I prefer a centre midfield or sort of defensive midfielder as the captain of a team, because I can see what's going on in front of them really well, and when the ball goes past them, they're right on top of it again as well. So they're able to get messages across and so on. Højlund, better than he was last time out and the time before that. Nothing to write home about. 6 for him. Nothing to write home about. Taken off for the 80th minute, but he's one of those players that could set the world alight if he just, I think it's all in his head. If he just, I don't know, learned a few more things or about movement or placement or whatever, he could set the world alight. He has the ability of, like we've seen at times, it's flashes. Heard Paul Scholes recently saying that if he complains about, and fans complain, saying that Højlund doesn't get the ball into his feet. He needs the ball into him. No one's passing it to him. And that if they're not passing it to him, why aren't they passing it to him? They are training with him all the time, so they know his finishing ability is essentially. I think he's trying to get it. They're not passing it to him because they don't feel he's good enough to finish the opportunities. That's why they're coming off the wing and having shots themselves, or passing it to somebody completely different. Ahmad, he was in the game. When he came on, he changed the game in a way that made it more attacking. Himself and Garnacho, and they were bringing the ball forward more, and they were obviously the catalyst to breaking down that deep block from FCSB. And I'm going to give him a 6. He was there, he did the job, but didn't set the world alight all the same. Garnacho, 8, brilliant. I think the last few weeks, even since he came back after his little, it seems like disciplinary thing with Amarin, he's been brilliant. He's put his head down, he's working, he's getting back, he's getting forward, he's getting the ball in, he's getting assists, he's doing everything but scoring the goals himself. And you know what? It'll come. Just keep going. The goals will come. Just phenomenal. I'm really impressed with him. He's 8 all day long. Brilliant. He's shown us the player he can be and why we shouldn't sell him. After that, Casemiro on for a rare few minutes. I thought genuinely at this point he'd be gone to Saudi Arabia to collect some money, earn some, like a big pay packet before he retires, because he's not playing at United. He's just wasting away on the bench or in the squad somewhere in the stands. In some cases, some give him a 6 out of 10. He came on, didn't do anything amazing or impressive. Euro the same, came on, didn't do anything great, but did his job essentially. And Xerxes, I don't like giving players ratings after they come on after the 80th minute. I think he came on the 80th minute, if not the 81st. I'll give him a 5. Again, didn't really notice him too much, didn't do anything fantastic or great. But that's all the players. That's all the players rated. So what do you think, guys? How far are we going to go in the Europa League? I think we can go all the way. I don't see why we can't. I was looking at the table earlier on. I thought all these teams are beatable on our day if we get our heads down. So on our day, we can beat any of them. I think we finished second, only Lazio ahead of us, who are unbeaten as well in the league stage of it. We can beat Lazio. I don't feel there's any team in there that we shouldn't be beating. So therefore, if we could get ourselves into a position in the Premier League above 10th to sort of have some sort of self-respect at the end of the season, and we could win the Europa League, I think, you know what, in the grand scheme of things, we've had a good season. So we need to keep pushing in Europe. I think it's something that's very important. And yeah, look, it is what it is. It's just my opinion. How do you think United will do in Europe? How well do you think United might do in the Premier League? Where do you think we'll end up at the end of the season? Because at Christmas, around Christmas time, certainly at the Cult of Cantona, we were panicking that this could mean relegation. But thankfully, I don't think it will. Yeah, so 8 games unbeaten in Europe. I'm really impressed because of the pressure Amorim has been put under by the media, by the fans, because of the bad results, and what he had to come out with then, the statement, the headlines for the newspapers, but it's for the players. He's laying down the gauntlet for them, saying this is the worst team ever. Do better, and I think they have done. I think they got the message loud and clear. So I have nothing else to say to you besides subscribe, follow us, the Cult of Cantona, on YouTube, on Spotify, on socials, Instagram, and to make it easier, here's our YouTube subscribe button, just a QR code. Just grab that quickly and subscribe to our channel. Press the little bell notification to get notifications when we post. Also, support us on Buy Me a Coffee if you have spare change, spare cash, and you want to support the channel, like what we do, want to try and help make it better. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Cult of Cantona and buy us a coffee. Any kind of donations, support always helps. It helps buy equipment or update whatever it might be to make the podcast that much better, or even maybe buy a coffee. We really appreciate everyone who has so far, and anyone who does. All the support we get doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you all for that. So until I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday because it's Thursday, Sunday. I'll see you on Sunday after the Crystal Palace game. Hopefully it's a big win and a message to the rest of the league that United are on the way somewhere close to getting back into proper winning ways. The future could be quite exciting for Manchester United, and let's hope we can share it here on the Cult of Cantona. Until then, I'm Jamie. I'll talk to you in the next one.